When sugar betrays you, finding sweetness in life again, an opening note of reflection. Hello, I'm Ordinary People, your online neighbor and fellow retiree. Today, I want to invite you on a quiet journey inward, not to the hustle of the outside world, but to the small, precious world within ourselves. Especially when life hands us challenges we never quite expected, like living with a chronic illness such as diabetes in our retirement years. Have you ever found yourself wondering, is this all there is now? After decades of work, after all the plans, why does life feel so heavy, so uncertain? Maybe you feel a sense of loss, not just of your career, but of who you thought you'd be in retirement. Maybe the daily demands of managing your health feel overwhelming, and the joy seems harder to find. If this resonates with you, know that you are not alone. This moment, right here, is an invitation to rediscover hope, purpose, and peace. Together, we'll explore how retirement, even with the weight of chronic illness, can be a new beginning, a time to find deeper meaning and emotional resilience. The awakening moment. Retirement is often portrayed as a time of rest and reward, but for many, it's also a profound life transition filled with emotional and psychological challenges. When chronic illness like diabetes enters the picture, the experience can feel even more complex, bringing fears, frustrations, and sometimes a sense of isolation. Today, we'll explore this theme deeply. How can retirees facing chronic illness find meaning, rebuild emotional strength, and embrace this new chapter with grace? What does science tell us about the emotional landscape of aging and illness? And most importantly, what practical steps can we take to nurture ourselves and thrive? Drawing on the wisdom of experts like Dr. Robert J. Waldinger, Dr. Lavra Karstensen, Dr. Ken Dykewald, and others will weave together research, stories, and actionable advice. This is a warm conversation, one that honors your journey and offers tools to help you live fully, no matter what challenges you face. The awakening of curiosity. Let's begin with a powerful insight from the Harvard Study of Adult Development, one of the longest-running studies on human happiness and health. Dr. Robert J. Waldinger, the current director, tells us that the secret to a fulfilling life isn't wealth, fame, or status. It's the quality of our relationships. Close, warm connections are the greatest predictors of happiness and longevity. But what happens when chronic illness enters the picture? Dr. Lavra Karstensen's research on socio-emotional selectivity theory helps us understand this. As we age, our perception of time shifts. We become more focused on what truly matters emotionally. This means that retirees, especially those managing illness, tend to prioritize meaningful interactions and emotional well-being over superficial concerns. Dr. Ken Dykewald, a leading gerontologist, reminds us that retirement is not an end but a transition, a chance to redefine identity and purpose. Yet, this transition can trigger emotional upheaval, especially when health issues make us feel vulnerable or dependent. Dr. Becca Levy's work on aging stereotypes reveals another layer: how our beliefs about aging can influence our health and emotional resilience. Negative stereotypes can become self-fulfilling prophecies, while positive attitudes can enhance our well-being. Together, these insights form a foundation. Emotional connection, meaningful purpose, and positive mindset are key pillars of resilience in retirement, especially when facing chronic illness. Insight 1. Self-care as an act of love. Our first practical strategy is to transform self-care from a duty into an act of love. Managing diabetes or any chronic illness often feels like a constant battle, counting carbs, monitoring glucose, resisting temptations. It can feel exhausting and punitive. But what if we reframe this? Dr. Lavra Karstensen encourages us to see self-care as a form of compassion toward ourselves, not out of fear, but out of love and respect for our bodies. Imagine your daily blood sugar check not as a chore, but as a gentle conversation with yourself. How are you feeling today, dear body? What do you need? Choosing healthy meals becomes a way to nourish your life, not just a restriction. Moving your body, even in small ways like a slow walk or gentle stretching, becomes a celebration of what your body can still do. This shift in mindset is powerful. It replaces fear and frustration with kindness and partnership. It helps build a new relationship with your body, one based on respect and care, not judgment. Try this. Next time you prepare a meal or check your blood sugar, pause and offer yourself a moment of gratitude. Acknowledge your effort and courage. This simple practice can transform your daily routine into a source of strength and peace. Insight 2. Finding community and connection. Our second strategy is to find or build community. Dr. Waldinger's decades of research show that strong social ties are essential for emotional health and longevity. But retirement and chronic illness can sometimes make us feel isolated or different. Connection heals that isolation. It reminds us we are not alone in our struggles or joys. Sharing stories, laughter, and support creates a web of care that sustains us. Practical steps include joining support groups, whether in person or online, focused on diabetes or retirement challenges. These groups offer a safe space to share experiences, exchange tips, and simply be heard. Reach out to old friends or family with invitations to connect over a cup of tea or a walk. Sometimes just being seen and understood makes a world of difference. Dr. Mo Wang highlights that social support is not just emotional balm. It also improves physical health by reducing stress and encouraging healthier behaviors. Remember, community is not about obligation. It's about mutual nourishment. Let relationships be a source of joy and comfort, not pressure. Insight 3. Turning experience into wisdom. Our third solution is to recognize the unique wisdom that comes from living with chronic illness and aging. Dr. Nancy Schlossberg teaches us that finding meaning in transition is vital to emotional resilience. Your journey with diabetes has given you deep insight into perseverance, patience, and courage. These qualities are treasures that can inspire others and enrich your own sense of purpose. Consider documenting your story through journaling, blogging, or video. Sharing your experience can be healing for you and illuminating for others. Mentoring younger generations or peers can also be a powerful way to transform your challenges into gifts. Your lived wisdom helps others navigate their own paths and strengthens your sense of belonging and contribution. This process turns what might feel like a burden into a legacy of hope and strength. Insight 4. Cultivating positive mindsets. The fourth strategy focuses on mindset. Dr. Becca Levy's research shows that positive beliefs about aging and health can actually improve physical and emotional outcomes. It's natural to have moments of doubt or fear, but nurturing a positive outlook helps build resilience. This doesn't mean ignoring difficulties, but facing them with hope and determination. Try practices like gratitude journaling, listing small things you appreciate each day, or mindfulness meditation to stay grounded in the present moment. Dr. Richard Leider emphasizes that purpose and meaning are closely linked to how we view ourselves and our future. By focusing on what you can do and the value you bring, you build a mindset that supports well-being. Replacing "I can't" with "I will try" or "I am learning" opens doors to new possibilities and growth. Insight 5. Embracing new roles and passions. Our fifth strategy is to embrace new roles and passions in retirement. Dr. Ken Deichtwald reminds us that retirement is a transition, not an end. It's a chance to redefine who we are beyond our careers. Chronic illness may limit some activities, but it can also open doors to new interests that fit your energy and needs. Explore hobbies that bring joy and meaning: gardening, art, volunteering, or learning something new. These pursuits enrich your life and connect you to a larger purpose. Dr. Mo Wang's studies show that engaging in meaningful activities enhances mental health and life satisfaction. Remember, your value isn't tied to productivity alone, but to the richness of your experiences and the connections you foster. The final light. Let's dive deeper into the science of emotional resilience in later life. Research from Dr. Nancy Schlossberg highlights the importance of transition theory. It explains how people cope with major life changes by using 4 key resources: situation, self, support, and strategies. Understanding these resources helps us navigate retirement and chronic illness more effectively. Dr. Waldinger's ongoing work adds that emotional regulation, the ability to manage our feelings, is a skill that can be strengthened with practice, even in later years. Neuroscience shows that positive social interactions and purposeful activities stimulate brain regions linked to happiness and stress reduction. Dr. Becca Livy's findings on stereotype embodiment reveal that internalized beliefs about aging affect immune function and disease progression. These insights remind us that our minds and bodies are deeply interconnected, and that cultivating emotional resilience is both a science and an art. From knowing to becoming. As we come to the close of this journey together, let's reflect on what we've explored. Retirement, especially when paired with chronic illness, is a profound transition. It challenges us, yes, but it also invites us to grow in new ways. We've learned that emotional resilience is built on connection, self-compassion, positive mindset, meaningful engagement, and the wisdom we carry. Dr. Richard Leider's words resonate here. Meaning is not something you stumble across. Meaning is something you build. You are not defined by your illness or your retirement status. You are defined by your courage to keep moving forward, your capacity to love yourself, and your willingness to embrace this new chapter with hope. Until the next reflection before we part, I want to leave you with a question to carry in your heart. What meaning will you choose to create in this next chapter of your life? Will you let your story be one of resilience, connection, and love? Will you embrace the power you have to transform challenges into opportunities? Here's a gentle call to action. Start small. Reach out to someone today. Write down one thing you appreciate about yourself. Take a moment to breathe deeply and offer yourself kindness. Remember, as Dr. Becca Livy inspires us, those who choose to love life, even when life is hard, shine as lights in a world that often feels dark. You are that light. Your life is still very meaningful. Even now, even with the challenges. I'm Ordinary People, your online neighbor and fellow retiree. And I'm here to say, your story matters. Your journey continues, and the best is yet to come. Let's live with hearts full and spirits bright. Together. Life's sweetness isn't gone, it just shows up in new places. In laughter, in connection, in moments you didn't expect. If this story reminded you of your own journey, subscribe. Share it forward, someone else needs this sweetness too. Click the bell and stay inspired one story at a time.